जज यानी आरकेबी, और मैं हूं इस वक्त एडवोकेट प्रदीप नामबिया जी के साथ। प्रदीप जी नमस्कार।
नमस्कार सर, नमस्कार।
और हम दोनों हैं कहां पर? नेशन नाउ पर, और नेशन नाउ है हमेशा आपके साथ। आप सब लोगों को जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, जय भवानी, जय शिवाजी, वंदे मातरम।
वंदे मातरम।
So Pradeep ji, one more command performance from the Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, over the J&K amendment bill. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, you can't fault him, and the statistics that he presented were absolutely fabulous. One of the most important things, of course, was that for the last 30 years, there were no cinema halls. All cinema halls in the valley had been shut down. They've opened only now. Isn't that amazing?
Amazing. And look at the footfalls. And they're really doing things to see that, the entire activity comes back. Positive business activity, trade, commerce, literature, and all kinds of entertainment comes back to the valley in Jammu and Kashmir. Working very hard on that.
और ये बात यहाँ पे ना जाने कितनी मर्तबा हो चुकी है पहले। मुझे कांग्रेस का समझ में नहीं आ रहा। कांग्रेस का मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा। Do you want Article 370 to be restored? Is that what you want? अरे पूरा देश आज की तारीख में ना जाने कब से इंतजार कर रहा है कि आर्टिकल 370 रिपील होगा। आप चाह रहे हैं कि वापस आए? अगर आप चाह रहे हैं वापस आए तो भैया 2 सीट पे आ जाओगे, बोल रहा हूं, और वो भी बड़ी मुश्किल से। हो सकता है वो भी ना आए। I don't know what they want.
आज जिस प्रकार से अमित शाह बोल रहा था कि ये पाकिस्तान occupied Kashmir is ours, is हमारा है, ये हमारा है. I mean that's what he's talking.
But that's not a new position. It is.
And look at the way they're getting more aggressive on that particular thing. First it was earlier, about 2 years back in the parliament, during one of the debates, he did say that ये भी हमारा है, Aksai Chin भी हमारा है, हर चीज। But today the aggressiveness in which he pitched that Pakistan occupied Kashmir हमारा है, and this particular bill, it talks about reservation for people coming from Pakistan occupied Kashmir also.
Yes.
Now that is something, one seat reserved for displaced persons from Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So that's so Pakistan occupied Kashmir हमारा है, justified.
Actually, strictly between you and me, 2 seats always used to be reserved for POK in Kashmir Assembly.
Okay.
पुरानी बात है तो, but trust Mr. Amit Shah to take credit for everything, for everything, which is absolutely fine.
Somebody has to take credit. I mean,
but
somebody has to take credit.
I really want to know, what is the Congress planning to do? Isn't it enough that you've just lost Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh? All right, you won a spectacular victory in Telangana, which is absolutely fine. Wonderful, congratulations to you. Do you want to lose everything else? What's the matter with you guys? Anyway, we'll discuss politics and we will discuss Kashmir and everything else when we are joined by Mr. Arshad Azmi later. And of course our old friend Mr. Ganesh Khankar. And Mr. Ganesh Khankar, Pradeep ji, would be flying today because every one of his predictions has come true. And the other guy whose predictions came true is our own astrologer friend, Mr. Rajesh Hasija.
Yes.
Ah, wow, wonderful. I didn't believe him at that time, but he did say that. He said, come December, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is going to lose. That's what he said. Well,
but the Congress believes that in the defeat also there is victory. 40% of the votes, they say, 40% vote share हमको लोगों ने vote किया. It's not that people have forgotten us. They have voted us. And we've got 10 lakhs votes more than the BJP.
As I told you, when I just started off in journalism way back in 1982-83, Mr. L.K. Advani used to talk like that after every defeat. He used to come out with these statistics and say, hey, listen, हमारा vote share ऊपर बढ़ा है. I agree with you. अरे election तो हारे हो ना यार, vote share बढ़ा है तो कोई बात नहीं. आपके 4 करोड़ 90 लाख वोट आपको मिले हैं. उसके बनस्पत भारतीय जनता पार्टी को 4 करोड़ 81 लाख वोट मिले हैं बस. Let's be very clear. But they won. Because their votes are concentrated. We have first past the post system. We don't have vote share to decide seats. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. At the moment with us, we have one of the most enduring stars of Bollywood, one of the most enduring actresses of film and television. And right now, we are honored to have Deepshikha Nagpal right here with us. Deepshikha ji, namaskar.
नमस्ते नमस्ते, कैसे सब आप?
Absolutely fine, ma'am. Thank you very much. Meeting you after years. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for coming on the show. It's been a great pleasure. How do you manage to look exactly the same?
Your voice is...
Can you hear me now, ma'am?
Now I can hear you.
How do you manage to look exactly the same? Last time
I
met
can just
you.
say thanks to my
Last
genes.
time met you was in 2011, 2012 when you came on our show.
Yes.
I still remember. There was
Yes, yes.
something to do.
My film was releasing Ye Duriya.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I still remember that.
Yeah,
And you look exactly the same. Oh God.
You look the same too.
Oh, me. That's all right. That is because I was 104 years old at that time. And after some time, you stop aging. After the age of 100, they say you remain the same. So that's what happens. But you're really doing very well. You're really doing very well now. It's absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
I mean,
God is being kind.
I mean, the way you started off, you started with KOYLA, BADSHAH, and so many other beautiful films, and then after that, now television. So now you are on the OTT platform as well and on television,
Yes.
is that it? So could you tell us a bit more about it, please? At the moment with us, Deepshikha Nagpal. In case you have any questions for her, please do send them in the comment section, and I'll try and ask her as many as possible. Nothing colourful here, please. No abusive language. We reserve the abusive language only for politicians. That I'll read out. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
No, God is being kind. I think it's almost 30 years I'm in this industry. Dev Saab has introduced me, and I think after that I've not looked back. I've done many films, many TV shows, produced, directed, singer, lot of things. And the latest I was shooting for Na Umr Ki Seema Ho. It comes on Hotstar with Iqbal Khan, and it was an amazing show. I finished 2 shows at a time, and right now I am chilling, enjoying holiday with my children. It's a December month, so that's all I can say.
You have children.
Yeah,
You have children.
my children. My son is 18, my daughter is 20.
Adopted, of course, right?
Even they tell me the same thing. Yeah,
You
my
look
daughter
like,
is.
you look like a child yourself.
Thank you so much. Yeah, but no, I have a
Wonders
daughter.
never cease. This girl, I was very surprised. I didn't say all that at that time. When we met on the show. Prior to that, of course, we had met in Sahara. But I think age is just a number. It all depends upon the way you look at life. And you've done so well for yourself, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So how have you managed that? Could you tell us that, Deepshikha?
Honestly speaking, it is all teamwork between me and my children, and God has been really kind, and my audience, my producers, everyone. My Nana ji is from silent film, and Vitradas Panchote, everybody knows. He gave me one tip कि जब आप घर से बाहर निकलो तो घर की प्रॉब्लम घर में छोड़ दो, और जब काम से बाहर निकलो तो काम की प्रॉब्लम काम पे छोड़ दो. So that is all I am being doing all these years. घर में आती हूँ, काम का टेंशन छोड़ देती हूँ, काम पे जाती हूँ, घर का टेंशन छोड़ देती हूँ. And yes, my biggest strength and my supportive pillars is to my children, and they understand me and I understand that, and that's how we just keep going on and on. And thanks to my audience, they keep loving me. Whatever I do, that's all I can say.
And Deepshikha, could you also tell us a bit about what is the next project coming up, which is your next film, which is your next television serial? What are you planning to do?
Because when you do TV, आपके पास time नहीं होता है कि आप OTT या film के लिए time निकालो. So that's the purposely I've taken a break from TV for this month, 2-3 months, and I'm doing one OTT where I cannot leave. I'm doing 2 web series, and which is I'm not supposed to say. So yes, I'm looking forward and coming back. I want to come back to my films. I want to come back to film sets, and that is my whole idea right now.
Brilliant.
And singing is my passion, so I've just released one music album in Navratri, and I want to do one more song. So that is why I'm doing it.
Wow, I didn't know that. I'm Pradeep, did you know that?
Yeah,
also with me,
I only knew, Deepshikha ji, that you are awarded the Limca Book of World Records. Your name is there in that, and not only that, the Asia Book 2011 for 9 departments of a film that you handle. That's amazing. I don't think anybody in the industry has done that. It's fantastic. I mean, the youth of today, the people of today, the young people who want to come to Bollywood will be inspired by even knowing about this. Kindly explain this.
Yeah, so that's what I met you for that. There's a film called Ye Duriya, which I produced, directed. That is where I handled 9 departments in that film. And ऐसा नहीं था कि मैंने कोई सोच समझ के किया था. It just happened to me. I just thought कि divorce is a taboo from lot of women, and film बहुत strong जरिया है जो लोगों के ऊपर impact करता है. So I said, let me just write the story about love after divorce. Is it a crime? This was in 2009, and अभी तो फिर भी थोड़ा modern हो गया है. So उस time पे जब मैंने story लिखी थी, I wanted somebody else to write, but because my dad was a writer, director, producer, सो हमारे सामने जो स्क्रिप्ट आती है वो पूरी फुल कंप्लीट आती है. तो जब मैंने मेरे राइटर को सुनाया तो इस सेलिंग आपने तो स्टोरी स्क्रीन पे राइटर डायलॉग सब कुछ लिख दिया है, व्हाई डोंट यू डायरेक्ट इट. एंड आई वांटेड समबडी एल्स टू डायरेक्ट इट, बट यू नो फिल्म में अरे दीपशिका यू डू इट, वी आर देयर. बट मैंने ठान ली थी कि वही एक बार मैंने कमिटमेंट कर ली तो मैं नहीं सुनूंगी. तो आई डायरेक्टेड द फिल्म एंड ऑफ कोर्स आई वांटेड प्रियंका चोपड़ा और रानी मुखर्जी, but why will they work with a new director? So it landed up that I acted in that film and produced myself. So everything came on me, and only the God is being kind that I completed that, and that's how my name has gone in Limca Book of World Record. And this credit I give it to my direction team, which are my ADs. They secretly put this thing. वो लोग कब सेट पे आए, कब उन्होंने चेक किया, हमें नहीं पता था. बट येस, दैट्स अ बिगेस्ट अचीवमेंट. एंड जब मेरी फिल्म रिलीज हुई थी तो critically lot of people, all the big critics has given me 2.5 star and 3 star, but I was like a pregnant with that film, and I delivered, and I was like, oh my god, अब आगे मैं कैसे कर पाऊंगी, I don't know. But that was hats off to everyone, and I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
No, taking up the challenge is a fantastic thing, because you said people went on putting something on a plate and you went on accepting it. I mean, you need to be, you need to have the grit and determination. Yes, I can do it. That spirit. That is what I'm calling. This spirit, it just came spontaneously, or because your grandpa was there, your father, they all from the industry, so that it came naturally to you.
See, I'll give you a small example. जब हमारी housewife होती है, खाना बनाना नहीं आता, लेकिन अगर सर्वेंट नहीं आती तो खाना भी बनाती है, बर्तन भी धोती है, साफ भी करती है. ये हाल मेरा हो गया था. वो बचपन से वो देखती आ रही थी मैं प्रोडक्शन और डायरेक्शन कैसे करते हैं, मैं बिहाइंड द सीन. सो समवेयर इट वाज ऑन मी, एंड जब मेरे पे जब आ ही गया तो मैंने खत्म कर दिया. लाइक आई सेड आई हैव टू फिनिश दिस, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट दैट बिग पर्सन वुड 5-6 साल तक वेट करूंगी. आई हैव गिवन माई सेल्फ 1 year का टाइम, एंड आई हैव टू फिनिश दिस फिल्म, एंड आई डिड दैट थिंग. That's all I can say.
But Deepshikha, the fact remains that this is all very well. I mean, congratulations are in order, and all that,
Thank you.
You've done so well, so beautifully. But your struggle has been there.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't know about it, but you've really had to struggle. You've really had to fight for yourself. You've
Yes.
faced a lot of opposition.
Yeah.
Would you care to tell us a bit about
Yeah,
what are the things you have to face, please?
See, when people talk about struggle, they think getting struggle in like into getting work and acting and all this thing. My struggle was not that. God is being kind that I've always got work. My struggle was more emotional struggle, that I've lost parents in a very young age. I was a mother in very young age and went through a divorce. So that time which I never wanted to leave, like I never wanted to become an actor. क्योंकि माँ बाप कभी कोई घर में होता ही नहीं था, तो आई यूज्ड टू से मैं मर जाऊंगी लेकिन एक्टिंग नहीं करूंगी. Only reason I didn't like my mother leaving me and working, which I never wanted to do it with my children. But the situation happened like that. I went through divorce, my parents were not there, and I was a single mother. So I had no choice but work. So leaving your child alone with caretakers and servants, it was a very big thing to do it as a mother and an actor. तो वो मेरे लिए बहुत ही वो था कि आप बच्चों को छोड़ के जा रहे हो और उसे समझा रहे हो. When your child is asking, Mama, why you are not there when all mothers are there? And I have to sit and talk to them कि your mom is working. आप decide कर लो आपके साथ वो birthday party में है या काम करे. And for that, my children was a big support system. They said, Mama, you work, we will do good. And they are very good in their studies and everything. So this whole emotional struggle was too much to handle.
So, how long did this continue? Must have continued for a long time, because you
It
were
still
very busy
continued.
at one
I'm
time.
still single. It's like one marriage, then after 4-5 years, I thought, let me remarry again, because people are saying, children are small. I again did that thing. My God, it was such a brave thing to do it. I thought it will work. And long time, I was just holding that marriage thinking, okay, first marriage broke up, now second bhi ho gaya, तो कुछ ना कुछ तो प्रॉब्लम होगी. But then I think peace of mind is very important for any individual. So that also I said, I just walked out of that marriage and I've gone through a depression. You name it, everything I've gone. And certain time you ask me this question, because we don't realize what is happening to us. And I used to get the cramps in my stomach. मुझे नींद नहीं आती थी, मैं परेशान हो जाती थी, मुझे समझ में नहीं आता था. The only thing was keep me going was my 2 children, because if anything happens to me, who will look after them? And at the same time, I used to make them strong, like I have done art of living, I have done access to consciousness, you name it and think, spiritual thing, I've gone through it because that's the only thing I could heal myself. And today I can say ki yes, I can't say 100% I'm healed, but yes, I've learned how to handle my emotions, my work and everything. And my children now, since they've grown up, so they also understand. So this was very, very difficult. I have taken psychiatrist help and they've told me the best thing I used to recognize what is the issue and I used to work on solution. And I Anjali Chabaria was my psychiatrist and I used to always ask her, okay, this is the problem. Can you just tell me what can I do? And she used to tell me, I've not taken any medicine, nothing. I did yoga, I did everything. And mentally,
Wow.
I was very strong. I was to always come over it, like I was to bounce
our
back.
admiration for you has gone up by at least 100 times after hearing that. But Deepshikha, there were no relatives? I mean, I'm sorry I'm asking you this because this really interests me. कोई रिश्तेदार नहीं था, कोई रिलेटिव नहीं था जिनको बच्चा
नहीं था because मेरे मम्मी डैडी ने उस टाइम पे भाग के शादी की थी उस जमाने में, तो डैडी ने सबसे कट ऑफ कर दिया था. So yes, my chachas and everybody was, so they were in UP. And me, I don't have habit of asking help to anyone because that is my problem. My Masi and everybody is there, but they have their own life. They are not from film industry, and I don't want to go and run and cry. This has happened. Why should cry? Just face it. 1, 2, 3 days. What maximum 10 दिन problem. उसके बाद क्या? But then I had my house help and all these things. Unfortunately, I tell you, my closest friend also. When you are now, it's like a bad time. When you're a bad time, you attract wrong people in your life. They give you wrong advice. So I was kind of cut off from everyone and I became very isolated in my zone. My only focus was just work, look after my health, my children, make money and give them best. That's all I was doing. It like a focus, वो अर्जुन की आंख वाला हिसाब हो गया था. एंड किसी पे आपको ट्रस्ट नहीं रहता है बिकॉज आपके क्लोज लोग ही आपके साथ सही नहीं करते हैं. सो बट दैट्स द बेस्ट थिंग that you are the one, you have your own. I used to read book, I used to go through all this spiritual thing.
So what about now?
अभी मुझे आदत हो गई. It's like
और बच्चों को भी आदत होगी और बच्चे बड़े भी होंगे.
बच्चों को भी आदत हो गई.
और spiritually आपने कहा art of living and all yoga and spiritual people tend to go to spiritual and when they are depressed in the some bad times coming on. तो आपके लिए कोई spiritual inspiration, कोई spiritual guru जो आप follow करते थे? It allows you to take off all this tension and all these kind of problems and minds and so what was it?
Yeah, I tell you, I don't follow any one person. I like, for example, Sadhguru ji. I love the way he talks. I love his opinion. I love his he conducts and his mentality. So when you're searching. So I was searching art of living. मैंने course किया. I've learned something. Then I did Buddhism. Then what changed me was access to consciousness. There is a course. It's more like a life coach. And I always give credit to my guru is Ashish Narayankar. He teaches this. And that access to consciousness course just changed my life. Just changed whole perspective towards the life. How you see it, it's changed. Like, कुछ भी नहीं छोड़ा मैंने, whether it's Brahma Kumari's lectures or thing. So मैंने सबसे सीखा. I used to read books, all the saints and all the big gurus and all. So I can't say one particular, but yes, access has changed my life completely. And I think everybody should do that kind of course. Recently, my show got over. My son has gone to study abroad. That is the biggest achievement I got. And my daughter went to set him up. She's like mother to him and I'm like a father. And the minute they both went, I said, let me do my bucket list. I went to Adi Yoga. I did inner engineering. I'm still learning. I'm still doing it. It just helps me to handle situation in my life. Like, for example, तब बच्चे छोटे थे, तो उनकी problem अलग थी. So I couldn't cope up. Now my children are teenagers. So their problem is different. So I'm like, oh my God, all my life I'm just learning only. And then when I see the problem between my daughter, like it's a difference of opinion. I don't want to become like a crybaby. Oh, मैंने तो पूरी जिंदगी खत्म कर दी, मेरे बच्चे ऐसे कर रहे हैं. It was not like that. In fact, I started understanding them, what this new generation want, and I started coping up with them to get peace in my life. And there is a harmony in my life. So I think every parent should do that. They should be friends with their children instead of going to drama.
In fact, from whatever you have said up till now, I think your children must be helping you deal with your problems now, I think.
Yeah, matlab,
Isn't that right?
100%. My son is the biggest teacher. He's born on 5th September. He tells me, Salim, Mama, don't do this. Don't overthink. And I'm so glad because whatever courses I have done, I made them do. Always that fear, okay, what if something happens to me? Then who will look after them? So I made them so strong. I put them in boarding. जो मैं अभी कर रही हूँ मैंने उनको तभी किया, and they learn whatever they learn. So now, right now, they are my emotional strength. Like a lot of time I do something and I think and I overreact and I go emotional. My son and my daughter just stops me. Mama, we are there. Just don't worry about it.
Wow.
So
isn't that lovely?
I think the
Isn't
best
that beautiful?
thing.
That is so beautiful.
It's so beautiful, and I'm so grateful that my children are like that.
And Deepshikha, the other thing, sorry,
Yes,
sorry,
you will
you got one small thing. You see, the major problem that any young parent has, whether single or not, is you've got kids.
Yeah.
And especially in a job like yours, you don't have a job, right?
Yeah.
You are in the entertainment industry. What if the money stops? What happens
Yeah.
then? So how did you overcome that fear, and how did you manage to see that enough kept coming into the house so that the kids would never want for anything? How did you manage that?
I have, thankfully, I've done a cost accountant. I'm a commerce student. So I've invested very well
Isn't
in
she
market.
full of surprises now? So
Yes.
she's now also a cost accountant. Oh God,
Yes,
this
I
is like
am.
crazy, man. I feel completely illiterate. Yes, please go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead.
So in my house, I was the only one. In young age, I paid income tax. I've taken a loans. I bought houses. I invested in properties. So I always knew that our profession is very unstable. You never know your health is doing. You get work. You don't get work. Maybe you don't want to work. Sometimes. So I had that plan, investment, saving. But luckily, जैसे जैसे मैं बढ़ती गई ऐसा लग रहा था इंडस्ट्री चेंज होती गई कि your mother doesn't make any difference, you're single, you fit to the role, your commitment to your work, that's all matter today in the industry. So TV was a very, very hard job, like, traveling, working 12 hours. So I chose to do TV because it was a fixed job income. And वो मैंने इतना काम किया है, मतलब I can't tell you, 18, 19 hours I used to work, and I said, make most of it, Deepshikha. And that is what I said, कि काम मिल रहा है करते जाओ, आगे के आगे देखेंगी. तो ये इतने सालों से जो मैंने काम करके सेव किया, and that whatever the financially I'm independent, so God is being kind. I'm not scared about that. Now my children are only grown up, so they'll take over whatever they want to do.
And then it's their responsibility anyway, how
Yes.
they live their life. But Deepshikha, anybody from the film industry से और टेलीविजन इंडस्ट्री से कोई ऐसा शख्स है या कोई ऐसी शख्सियत है जिसको आप थैंक करना चाहेंगी, who has stood by you? And
Of course, my best friend, I always tell him, Ayub Khan, he's amazing person. मतलब we all are busy, but whenever I need, like जैसे मेरे बच्चों की कभी कुछ issue होते थे, and I didn't know how to handle it, I used to call Ayub because my children really respects him. We had long, he got married, he got children, my children and his children are same age. He used to come and talk with a lot of respect, and it's to make a lot of difference in their life. So I really want to thank him. And yes, I have a set of friends. Now I can say in this 5 years, who are not from the industry, but yes, very close friends who are like, my one is a pilot, one is thing. But industry, I would definitely want to say Ayub Khan, and he's an amazing person. I'm so thankful, God, that he's my best friend.
Deepshikha, you talked about the spiritual, you were inclined, you like Sadhguru, you went for Art of Living, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, and various other gurus. Like, were you motivated by anyone from the Bollywood? Some people get motivated by Rajesh Khanna or Amitabh Bachchan or, any female stars. Sometimes by their dialogues, Babu Mashai, Zindagi or Maut Upar Wale Ke, and that's become a way of life for you. Something that inspired you in Bollywood.
Not exactly. Obviously, when I work, you want to work best of the thing. When I see somebody's performance, ऐसा लगता है, अरे, I would like to do this thing. I wish I could get this kind of a role. That kind of motivation I like. But I've never followed anybody. कि ऐसा होना चाहिए, नहीं होना चाहिए. So it's a learning process. पहले आप मधुबाला जी को देखते थे, अरे, I want to be like this. Then another actors come, then other actors come. All the train changes. So till today, I wish I can do that role. That's all I can say, but I'm not following anybody.
So which was the last role that you thought you should do, or you could do, or you wish you had done?
Last role, I always wanted to do Madhu Balaji's half ticket wala comedy role because people think I'm glamorous. I do negative roles, positive role I've recently done, but comedy nobody's tapped my bunny.
वो तो बड़ी पुरानी बात हो गई ना. अभी recently कोई पिक्चर देखी हो जिसमें आपको लगा होगा यार ये रोल अगर मुझे मिल जाता तो.
हाँ मैंने कल ही देखी एनिमल. I said मेरे को ऐसा रोल मिल जाता है साइको का मैं जरूर करूंगी वैसा रोल
मतलब मेल रणबीर कपूर.
Male Ranbir, female Ranbir.
This girl is too good.
Any favorite?
Hey, hang on a minute. This is for all the directors out there, all the producers out there. Deepshikha is your next person you have to cast for a psycho, absolutely nutty person
Yes.
who goes absolutely crazy on cinema.
I will do fantastic.
So do it. So and remember you heard it here first. And give us a commission when you cast.
Done, दे दिया.
I was saying, any kind of dialogue that has, from Bollywood that has hit you on the memory, everlasting, always.
बहुत सारे हैं, but recent वही है. थप्पड़ से डर नहीं लगता साहब, प्यार से लगता है.
थप्पड़ से डर नहीं लगता, प्यार से लगता है. हाय हाय. ये सिर्फ माशाल्लाह स्क्रीन पर के असल में आपकी जो निजी जिंदगी है उसकी बात कर रही हैं आप.
दोनों की बात कर रही हूँ. निजी जिंदगी में यही होता है कि मैं बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हूँ बट इमोशनली बहुत वीक हूँ, तो बहुत डर लगता है किसी से बात करने के लिए इमोशनली कि is that person is seriously wanted to talk to me or he wants to talk to Deepshikha or maybe he'll see my vulnerable side, maybe he'll take advantage. तो वो बहुत एक अजीब सा डर है जो नहीं निकल रहा है. and I think everybody is telling me high time you are single, you should meet somebody. I said meet somebody what, क्या मार्केट में थोड़ी ना कोई मिलता है कि तुम चले जाओ. You have to connect with somebody and that connection के लिए वो दिल दुख 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 होता रहता है.
तो आप how do you manage to protect yourself?
I don't know. I just pray. I don't. My children are supportive. They're telling Mama. Because I tell my children, you have a girlfriend, you have a boyfriend. Please bring them home. They should know. Your mother knows. That has to be a support. We three has to be together. Nobody can take advantage of us. So one day my son comes and tell me, Mama, you tell me. Why don't you bring your boyfriend at home? We have no problem. I was so touched by that thing,
Wow.
And he's
So
telling
you
you
brought
should
up
go
your
and
kids
meet.
very well.
Sorry.
You brought up your kids really well.
Yeah. They're so sweet. He's telling, Mama, do this thing, go here, wear this. But I don't know, maybe I'm very old school and आज की generation पता नहीं कहाँ चली गई. You see girls, they are not happy. कोई अच्छे लड़के नहीं है. तो मैं तो बहुत ही old school से आती हूँ. Commitment, loyalty, तो वो तो मुझे तो पता नहीं कब मिलेगा.
Now she's fishing for compliments. Look at her. She looks so young, so gorgeous, so beautiful. She lights up our screen. I mean, you're the most glamorous person to hit our screen now in years. We only get ugly politicians, by the way. So that's not saying very much. But,
full promotion is happening on my thing.
But I'll tell you what. One second. Before we let you go, I would like to ask you another question. There is this thing that you were in, which got you a lot of popularity. A lot of people liked you, loved you. This Big Boss.
Yes.
What is it? What is the experience like? क्या होता है उसमें और क्या है? आपको जो तजुर्बा था कैसा लगा? आपका खुद का तजुर्बा कैसा था? वो जरा बताएं, please.
I tell you something. मुझे Big Boss में नहीं जाना था. Because मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि why should I go and this I should leave. I will leave my children. Again my children, Mama go to Big Boss. It's a very popular show. And 3 साल से continuously मुझे offer आ रहा था लेकिन वो workout नहीं हो रहा था. And when Big Boss 8 में suddenly 3 days before I got a call, Deepshikha, are you ready to go? And I was free. मतलब shooting wise I was not committed. When I went inside, मुझे लगा था oh my God लॉन्च होगा, मेरा परफॉर्मेंस होगा, सलमान से मिलूंगी, ये होगा. कुछ नहीं हुआ, सीधा मुझे एरोप्लेन में डाल दिया. So whole disaster first. The expectation was ये क्या हो गया? And मुझे वो secret society में डाल दिया. So already people started hating me there because she's the boss. But the अंदर जो experience था, मैं आपको एक कहूँगी जैसे हमारी दुनिया में ऊपर भगवान चला रहा है और अंदर आप सब गेम प्यादे हो, वैसे बिग बॉस के घर में बिग बॉस चला रहा है और सारे कंटेस्टेंट प्यादे हैं. आपको समझ में नहीं आता है कि अंदर क्या हो रहा है, बाहर लोग क्या देख रहे हैं और लोग आपके बारे में क्या समझ रहे हैं. So it was complete different opinion.
So it was mind bending, so to speak.
Wow, it was. Everybody should do it actually, but right now, so it's too much of chaos. When I came out, मैं वहाँ गेम खेलने गई थी, मैं रिश्ते बनाने लग गई. And then I came out, I said, Deepshikha, stop making emotional connects with people. Go and play as a game. So for me, it was an eye-opener. My life has changed. Big Boss has made me emotionally very, very strong. I must say this.
So you must thank Salman Khan for it.
100%. Colors, Salman Khan, Big Boss, everybody.
Wow. And what about Big Boss right now? Do you ever get to watch it? now?
Yeah. Because since I said I'm on a holiday now, so I'm watching it. Oh my God, thank God हमारे साथ तो न्यू मतलब कॉमनर्स नहीं होते थे, तो थोड़ी हमारे एक्टरों की इज्जत रह जाती थी, because you know how somebody is pointing at you, it was very insulting, and now I'm seeing it's just chaos. मतलब एक अभी ना सब सीख के आ गए, एक मुद्दा उठाना है और उसके लिए लड़ना है, so आप टीवी पे दिखोगे. It's nice, but it's I only watch Weekend Cover when Salman Khan comes, you know.
Wow, lovely. Thank you so much, Deepshikha. Thank you so much, Deepika.
Thank you so much, meeting you again. Thank you.
It's
Thank
really
you so
lovely
much.
to talk to you, and I loved your film, Ye Duniya. It was so lovely. Oh God, it was really and truly fantastic. I still
Thank
remember I met this gentleman on the plane who actually told me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was this doctor on the plane who was a friend of yours who told me about it, and then after that we connected, and we carried out an entire campaign about divorced people. How women who are divorcees are looked at in a manner as if they're aliens from another planet
Yes.
at that time.
I want to
still
share
remember that.
this. Maybe my film was not box office में hit था, but so many people got married after my film. I got so many emails, and I think my जो purpose था वो हो गया. And I
But
really
it is a
request.
fantastic film. I'm waiting for your next directorial venture, which will be as socially relevant as Ye Duniya. I hope you will not disappoint us.
Thank you so much.
Sending
Thank
a
you
message
so
is the ultimate purpose of films, and I think you achieved
Thank
that.
you very much. Great
Thank
pleasure
you.
meeting you. And
And
keep up the
same.
great looks. Oh God, I feel so jealous of this girl. But I was just kidding. Very, very proud of you. Very proud of you.
Bye-bye.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Namaskar. Namaskar.
Bye.
Thank you. Well, that was nice. Now and then maybe we should talk to people like that.
Exactly, sir.
Makes me feel 134 years old, which is fine. Right, let's stick to politics, which is what